Hello again guys, welcome back to another episode of Best Android Games. As usual, if you want to check out any of these games for yourself, you can find those links in the video description below. Let's get straight into it. We'll start with the most popular and most realistic basketball game, NBA 2K17. I would say it blurred the lanes between video game and reality. Great visuals, animation and presentation. Feels a lot like a real game of basketball. The things that you'll notice in the gameplay are improved dribbling and handling of the ball. You now feel like you have much more control over your crossovers. And the jump shot is now timed much better so that you can shoot two-pointer without getting in the paint easier. The controls are also simple enough to grasp, with a virtual stick on one side and a group of buttons on the other. There are still some occurrences when players will get stuck for a few moments, and the team will take a bit longer to regroup for a play. But overall, the improvements at NBA 2K17 are definitely welcome. Next one is Skyforce Reloaded. If you've played a top-down shooter in the past, you know what to expect here. Drag your plane around the screen and shoot everything. Skyforce Reloaded keeps the rescue mechanic from the first game, which requires you to collect human survivors between blasting everything out of the air. The visuals have gotten an upgrade, and there is more customization for your plane. It features 3D interactive objects, outstanding graphics, special effects, high quality soundtrack and 100% of pure gameplay. One of the best, if not the best shooters. This is one of those games that for me is a great time waster. There is no real investment other than few minutes here or there, or hours. It's that good. Bullet Force is a multiplayer FPS first-person shooter game with many features. Let's get closer into it. As you can see, graphic is great, optimization smooth. Bullet Force currently features 4 polished game mods including Team Deathmatch, Conquest, Free for All and Gun Game. You can also set up the match you want by creating your own custom match with your own custom settings. If you don't have internet connection, you can still play the game offline in campaign mode. Gameloft's Asphalt series has been around for more than 10 years. They've consistently been enjoyable to play, if not particularly revolutionary. That trend continues with Asphalt Extreme. You're taken through a series of races and seasons, each proving a little harder than the last. Races consist you and 7 other drivers. Depending on the type of vehicle, you can even smash through some barriers. The downside is you might feel a bit silly playing this in public. On the plus side, there is a lot to do here, as well as hundreds of career events means you won't be running out of things to do anytime soon. Next one is Legacy of Discord Furious Wings. Before you get into the game, you'll first need to pick one of the 3 classes available. Although you'll be only able to play a class in a server, if you fancy trying out the gameplay of other classes, you should be able to log into another server and create a new character. In other words, you can try all of the classes out, so you needn't worry about picking the wrong class. To get the true gaming experience, it's highly recommended that you sign yourself up with a guild. Being a part of the guild is important, as you'll gain access to a ton of guild-only features such as massive guild wars, guild shop and more. You could also add the new friends you just met in the game, so it's easier to hit them up whenever you want to do something fun together. The graphics in the game are incredibly crisp and detailed. You won't need a particularly high-end device to enjoy the full glory of the game's visuals. So if you're looking for a mobile game that's not only an eye candy but also is amazingly fun to play, this game is definitely the choice for you. Go ahead and try it for free. Next we have Gyrosphere Trials. This one is a roller derby of shorts, but with rolling ball only. The playing area is flat, and idea is to roll a ball through the playing area, avoiding the edges to the end point. Oh yeah, and one must do it as quick as possible. Time trials, remember. This biggest factor in mastering control in this game is to know when to control your speed. Letting your ball roll into warp speed is the quickest way to fling yourself off the level, so be sure to watch how fast you're going. Natural gravity will build momentum in your ball, so be careful when you're going down slopes. Quick backward swipes are useful for slowing down. There are 6 different levels in each area, and there are 8 areas. That's all you need to know before you install this game. If you have any other tips and tricks to share, leave a comment below. Next is Micro Machines. This game is all about driving around tight little courses in your miniature vehicle, and those courses take place in real-world environments. They are books to jump over, milk spills to skid through, and plenty more weird yet familiar landscapes to slide around. You only control the direction your car, with game taking care of the speed you're heading around the track at. When you pick up a special weapon, you can fire it by pushing the button that pumps up off the right of your screen. You're not collecting full cars this time around either. There is a gacha mechanic that sees you getting different packs of vehicle parts. You need to collect 4 specific parts to unlock a new car, and you can send doubles to your friends to receive some in-game currency. Travel deep enough under the sea and you'll find that the ocean is a very dark place. Sea shine is gained that place with that notion in another gorgeous way. Your goal as a diminutive diaphanous jellyfish is to prevent your light from fading by catching and eating as many smaller glowing fish as you can find. Gliding through the dark ocean, you must avoid jaws of anglerfish, sharks and other predators. The sound effects and score are relaxing with crystalline chimes and comforting bubbles. This game is perfect for short sessions while commuting or queuing. Seashine will add a little light to your day. DISC is a simple game that requires swift reflexes. The game seems to have pulled its visual inspiration from the Tron movies, with lots of black and a few other colors in the game standing out. The premise is quite simple and straightforward. You are in control of a pair of discs that glide along a pathway, side by side with each disc in its own lane. Brainy to the track. This is a physics puzzles game. The goal of the game is simple: to move the green cube in the yellow area. To do this you have a car, crayon and brains. Just draw your decision. Any design that you draw become physical objects that can interact to physical objects in the game. There is not only one current solution. Draw clamps, hooks and different physical designs. For each level there is a help, but it's only in extreme cases. Try to find your own decision, record videos and show to your friends how clever you are. Next game is Orbit. Create and launch planets with flick of your finger and get them to orbit around black holes. Make enough orbits to progress to the next level. Each level gives you a different set of black holes to make orbits around, and you can launch as many planets you like. Planets leave colored traces, so at the end of the level you'll have a created beautiful piece of art. And another game which involves your creativity is One More Bounce. The objective is draw a line to bounce your ball through the air. Drawing lines to do so, trying not to hit the ceiling, floor and any obstacles along the way. One More Bounce can various endless mode, including a daily challenge that you can play to go along with the fixed levels you can play through. As with the other One More games, you can collect diamonds in the game to unlock cosmetic features, and you can pay to remove ads as well. Overall, the game looks wonderful, with the usual vibrant graphics found in One More games. So guys, that brings us to the end of my favorite games at the time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.